Hey, I have a question for you. What does kayak affordability means to you? What is a reasonable price for a pedal drive kayak for you? Right here in the back, I think we have one of the most affordable, premium-like pedal drive kayaks that you could buy in the market right now. This is a 5 Makana 100 pedal drive kayak, the MSRP for $1,600. I want to give you a full walkthrough of this boat coming from the bow to the stern, but also, don't worry, there's a playlist that is going to be here attached to this video somewhere, description somewhere, that is gonna go over everything. We're gonna take this boat in the water, we're gonna flip it, we're gonna do a proper water demo. We're also gonna test the Bixpy on it because we have to do that, and we're gonna compare it to other kayaks that we have here at the Aliex kayak flipping shop. But I drove to Orlando for 9 hours, came back home. The next day I took it on the water, I flipped it, I did a bunch of stuff, and today I want to do the walkthrough video. The reason why I want to do the walkthrough video today is because I already know how these things behave. So I'm going to be able to tell you guys everything about it. Now, this is not my boat. Will I get a free one to make more videos? Possibly, but that's not going to influence my opinion on this boat whatsoever. Alright guys, look at this. This is the brand new Makana from Vive. And the reason this boat exists is because they wanted everyone to be able to afford kayak fishing, to be able to afford a pedal drive kayak that is gonna have features that are good for beginners and the experts, because we do have a lot of experts out there. So we're gonna start right here at the bow. Look at this design. This is a 10-foot boat, but it is very stable, and for that you could check my stability video that what I did in really rough waters. So you got a nice handle here that is comfy. This rubber underneath makes it very comfy. That's really nice. And then of course in here you could probably do stuff to it, like you could remove the handle and put a plate and maybe put a trolley motor, but I mean, this is a 10-foot boat, so I don't think you want to do that. So this cover right here is nice if you want to just throw a bag underneath, waterproof bag please, or if you don't need it you could just remove it, get it out of the way. And then it does have its copper plugs. It comes with all the plugs. Here I may have lost a few, and it has a hatch. The nice thing about a hatch here in the front is even you still get a flat surface, so you could put a smaller size cooler in there, but you still have access to inside this boat if you want to, right? That's cool. I mean, people love to tinker with stuff. Maybe they want to put a battery underneath in here on a waterproof case or something. They could do that. So this is really nice right here. Let me just open it. Boom. Oops, sorry. I'm not a big fan of the whole open type of thing, but a small hatch like this is cool because it's more waterproof than just having the cover that you bungee down. This is like tied down, and you get access to a lot of stuff in there, and you see the Vive logo over there. So here, one of the improvements that they did to this boat is they added this metal piece right here that's gonna hold the drive down. A lot of the problems that we had with the original Shearwater 125 was like there's a lot of movement in here. I didn't feel that. Actually, I just remember the issues we had with the original Shearwater now that I looked at this, right? Because I didn't feel it with this boat, and that is huge. So right here you got this metal plate, really cool stuff, and you could still use the pod that you have with the Shearwater right here. Let's say you just want to bixpized this boat, and more on that later in the rear, and you just want to have a flat surface, you can still put that pod in there, and with this little thing here you're gonna be able to take it out. So look at the deck. It's a clean deck, and I love clean decks. Look at that. You could stand up on this. You could pretty much walk from here all the way to the front. And now once you get in the front, start digging a little bit, of course, because look at the volume. There's not a lot of volume there holding you. The water is going to start getting up on the boat, right? You could in theory walk. I'm about 185 pounds, very athletic guy, super ripped, super professional athlete. So you may not be able to do it yourself, but I mean, I can. That was me trying to make a joke. Anyway, so if we look here, gear tracks, aluminum gear tracks. These are the top loading gear tracks, but look at this. You see what I did there? You see the nut goes in there, and it's easy. You move it up and down, and you take it out, you put it in, you put it where you want it, and there you go. Yak attack accessories for the wing, guys. Camera gears, jack attack, really cool stuff. I also love Rail Plaza, but for cameras, Yak Attack is the best, I should say. You just put it there and you're ready to go. Rod holders, camera holders, tackle tray holders, cup holders, whatever. You have a lot of stuff, and we're gonna get a lot of stuff from Yak Attack soon. We're gonna make a lot of videos for you guys about that. So if you like that, check the channel out. But I can't get over this. Thank you. This is cool, because otherwise you will have to like open this thing all the way up, and you see I'm having trouble doing it with one hand. And then see, look at that. I'm gonna try to get it out in there. Maybe I could after playing with it for like, there it is. But you see how much trouble that was? If you're on the water, you don't want to do that. You just want to go here, boom. So this right here is huge. And some of you could argue, so it's useless in the middle. Well, really, you're gonna have every inch of this covered? No, you could just put it here or put it right here. So super welcome upgrade, 100%. Now if we move forward here, and maybe Old Town should take a page from this, you see a cup holder that actually drains out, and it's kind of like in a level thing. So look at this, just drains out. And on the other side, of course, another cup holder, but there's a difference here. You see that? This is nice. Actually, don't recommend you doing this, but you could put a stick through that if you want and anchor yourself down. Or maybe that could be your transducer. Actually, that is your transducer. That's so clever. Oh my god, that is a cavity for the transducer. Guess what? If you don't use a transducer, you could just plug it with a included spoon there. But let's take a quick peek underneath. Yeah, look at that. That is where the transducer goes. No worries, guys, no worries. We're gonna flip this boat over and we're gonna give you a full breakdown of the bottom as well. So that's coming. Now if we move more towards the middle, this is where you sit. Look at the seat, very comfy seat. My rule about seats, how comfortable they are or not, is if I don't feel the seat. If I don't think about the seat, that means the seat is comfortable, and that is a comfortable seat, I should say. Nice match. It drains quickly too, so if you get wet, don't worry. And of course you could put the perch on the back here, the cement perch that I have here. You could take it out from, or buy a new one, and you could put it here and you could stand up. Now we didn't stand up on this boat with the perch. Hopefully we get our boat and we're able to do further testing. I want to flip it again. I want to stand up on it in the middle of the ocean and do all that fun, cool stuff. But you could put the perch on it. And I've seen people stand up on it and it seems stable for what it is. Now, the sitting positions are multiple. You got that one that you kind of sit on the back, high sitting position, which is still stable at that sitting position. Or you can move it a little forward and recline it a little bit, so you get that reclining type of lazy paddling. You know, you caught a lot of fish, you won the tournament, you're going back home, you want to take it easy. This will be that position, the reclining sitting position. So let's remove the seat. And no, you cannot use the sheer water seat. It's not wide enough. The bars are not wide enough to hold right here. You got molded in tackle trays. You could put tackle trays in there. I want to see if the Bixpy battery will fit in there. Probably not, because it looks kind of like it's not wide enough to be able to hold that. And you got this really nice place right here with the channel so the water drains out. There was water in here when I took it out of the water today, and I just pulled one of these up and the water just drained out in 2 seconds. That was pretty cool. So here, what you see here is basically this is holding the rudder. So that cable holds the rudder up right there, and since you have excess cable, maybe you want to put it through, trace it on here and just have it holding there. Let me show you how that works. So if I release it right here, let me find a good angle. I'm gonna release it. Look at the rudder, boom. It's spring loaded, so that should take it all the way down. And this boat it turns on the dime basically, and the reason for that is because it's a 10-foot boat. It's a really light boat, and with the paddle turning on the spot, it's also crazy. Like, I can't get over it. So here we got the nice handles that you have on the front, and they're like covered with that rubber thingy, which makes it special. You got this 2 thing that hold the seat in different positions, and on the other side you got another handle. The rudder control right here, This is your standard shearwater rudder control, and you could put it on the right side if you want to. I like having it on the left because my dominant hand is the right hand. So if we move forward, this is where the seat is gonna rest when you have the high sitting position, and you got the tank well, which is big enough to put a black pack or a cooler or anything like that. It will fit here nicely. And you got those top loading gear tracks, of course, with the opening, which is great. Now I was thinking, what are the rod holders? Well, you got two flush mounted rod holders, and it looks like I thought about it because they're flush, dude. Look at that, look at that. They're flush with the this is a really cool design, man. Like, the more you look into it, like, you see all the love they put into this boat. It looks nice, it's compact, it have amazing features. It has basically what you need, I should say. Now, talking about what you need, here in the back you got not just one but two shallow anchor mount systems, right? You got the 1/4 inch inserts right here that you have on the back. You could put your power pole right here, or you could put your Bixpy in here if you don't want to mess with the rudder, or you could put dual Bixpys, which we should do that video. We should do triple Bixpy, not just dual, triple. That would be epic, dude. That would be amazing. But anyways, I love it when a kayak comes from the factory like this. The only thing that would improve this design here in the rear is having some sort of access point. Maybe the Vive symbol will be like a hatch, right? Instead of just being molded in, it would have been like more like this. Here in the back will be epic. Why? Because we tinker with a lot of stuff right here in the rear, and having an opening, it will be huge. Like, it's a 10-foot boat, you can still get things through the hatch all the way back here, but having an opening back here would have been impressive. And you could do it by just simply replacing this, right? Maybe you could still put a hatch there. I don't know. I don't know. You try, you let me know. So another thing that I missed is the paddle holders, paddle keeper right here. You got one on each side of the boat, which makes it really nice because you could, like, if you have the rudder on the left, you don't want to have the paddle right here in the middle, right? Let me show you how it works. So you see where the paddle is? You don't, I mean, the paddle is not going to stay in one place. It's going to move around when you go in places. So you don't want to have this right here like this, because the paddle may be up here and you can't steer the boat properly. So having both sides will be, it's epic. So I just remove it from my left if I have the rudder on my left, and just put it on the right. You get the idea. Well, let's talk about the rudder. It doesn't have the gravity rudder that you have with the shearwater, which is super easy to put the Bixpy on. It has this rudder. You can still do a DIY setup right here with this rudder and put the Bixpy in. Hopefully when we get our own boat, I'm definitely gonna do that 100%, because Bixpy needs to go in the rear for me, because I want to be able to use the Bixpy in the rear and have the pedal free, right? Or if I want to use dual Bixpy, because, you know, that's what I do here. So right here we see that nice logo, Makana 100, because it's 10 foot, and we got a drain plug. Super cool stuff. Now what I'm gonna do is I want to flip it over and talk to you guys about the other features this boat have, but also I want to show you how the black pack and coolers may look here. And you just go like this. It's so easy, and Aliex could do it while filming with the other hand. Boom! Look at that, man. Look at that. It's ready to go. This is so nice. Let me see if you put the rudder back. Oh well, you know, hey, you cannot have everything, but this is a simple thing. I mean, let's say you're on the water, you got your black pack right here, and you want to lift the rudder up because you're in shallow water. Just put it like that, temporary. It's not gonna break. Now when you go home, just remove the black pack from here and then just bring the rudder all the way down. It's not a big deal. See how easy it was to just one-hand it, boom, just remove it, and then for the trip just bring the rudder down and secure it in there, and you're ready to go. Now I got this cooler right here. This is an old, super old Vive cooler that I bought years ago. It was 2018, but I just want to show you how much space you have here in the back. So you could definitely put a nice jetty style cooler. This, I think this is a 24, not 100% sure about that. You're able to put a nice cooler in there, which you could use as a seat, or you could put a nice black pack in there, decent size black pack with rod holders that you could also use as a seat. So let's flip it over. Let's talk about the specs this boat have, and also I want to show you everything underneath, because look at this rear right here. That's nice. You see that you have two molded in handles on the back, and then you have a big handle. My only complaint with this handle here is that sometimes you could get hit by this. It's not cool, you know, but still you have a handle. I'd rather just go and use the one on the left and right. And look at this nice, what, it's actually useful. It's at least flush with the boat, unlike the other one that had like this part was up. Like, what's the point? So this is cool, man. This works. And you can see all this copper holes that it has, like 4, 6, 10, 12, plus one more here for the transducer. You see, your transducer will go underneath here. It will be protected by this plate that you could change if something happens to it. And then you got the transducer hole right here, the scupper hole for the cabling, and then you have a little nice cut right here. I want to open this up and see what's inside here, see what kind of transducer, like how big this is, because it looks like you could put like a giant transducer in there. Now look at this right here. This, of course, is the pod, and this is how it looks underneath. So now let's talk about the specs of this boat. This boat is 10 feet long, exactly 33 inches wide, which is kind of like crazy, being only 33 inches wide, and it's so stable. That's super crazy stuff. It holds 400 pounds. Man, I need to test that. I need to see if it's true that something like this will hold 400 pounds, because a lot of kayak companies, you know, they like to, you know what I'm saying here. So now, just the plastic on this boat is 55 pounds. Not counting the hardware, not counting nothing. Just the plastic is 55 pounds. Fully loaded with the drive, with the seat, with everything you see on it, is 77 pounds, which is a very, 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 very light boat. 77 pounds, this thing is weightless. I even used it with an Amazon cart that I have, and it was pretty much like, it was nothing. It's very easy to maneuver this boat on the water and off the water, and that is huge. So boom, that's all for today.